The Secret Life of the Real Dracula. It's said that Vlad the Impaler executed over 20,000 people, sometimes leaving entire forests of corpses to rot in the sun. But while the world remembers him as Dracula, the real man was far more terrifying than fiction ever dared to imagine. Long before Bram Stoker penned his iconic Gothic novel, there was Vlad III of Wallachia, a ruthless prince, a national hero, and a man whose blood-soaked reign blurred the line between legend and nightmare. Known as Vlad Tepes, Vlad the Impaler, his brutal tactics and iron rule earned him a fearsome reputation across Europe. But who was the real Dracula? Today, we separate myth from truth, uncovering the secrets of Vlad's life, his reign of terror, and how a warlord from 15th century Romania became the blueprint for one of horror's greatest villains. Most people associate the name Dracula with vampires, capes, and haunted castles. But the reality is far darker and much bloodier. Vlad's story has been distorted by centuries of folklore, propaganda, and pop culture, transforming a brutal ruler into a supernatural monster. Here's the challenge. How do we decipher the truth behind a figure shrouded in myth? Was he merely a sadistic tyrant? Or a misunderstood nationalist, using fear as a weapon in a violent age? His life straddles two powerful narratives: the horror legend of Dracula, the vampire, and the harsh truth of a man forged in the fires of war, betrayal, and revenge. To truly understand Vlad the Impaler, we need to look at the world that made him. Vlad III was born in 1431 in Transylvania, into the noble Draculesti family, a branch of the House of Bessarab. His father, Vlad II, was known as Vlad Dracul, a name derived from his membership in the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric group sworn to defend Christianity against the Ottoman Turks. Young Vlad's early life was marked by violence, exile, and betrayal. At just 11 years old, he and his brother Radu were taken as political hostages by the Ottomans, a common practice to ensure loyalty. During captivity, Vlad became deeply familiar with Ottoman tactics and court politics, but also developed a burning hatred for his captors. When he returned to Wallachia years later, the land was in chaos. Vlad fought tooth and nail to reclaim the throne, and once in power, he ruled with an iron fist. His favorite method of punishment: impalement, a brutal execution technique where victims were slowly pierced through the body and left to die over hours or even days. It wasn't just cruelty, it was psychological warfare. Entire armies would arrive to find their comrades displayed on stakes, rotting in the fields. The message was clear: enter Vlad's territory and suffer a fate worse than death. One of Vlad's most infamous acts came during the Ottoman invasion of 1462. Facing an army vastly larger than his own, Vlad launched a night raid against the encamped Turks, assassinating thousands in their sleep and using guerrilla tactics to wear them down. But it was what the Ottomans found the next day that broke their spirits. As Sultan Mehmed II and his troops marched toward Vlad's capital, they were met with a vision of hell. A forest of over 20,000 impaled corpses stretching for miles. Men, women, soldiers, and civilians, all left as a warning. Even the Sultan, no stranger to brutality, was so disturbed that he withdrew his forces. This moment cemented Vlad's reputation not just as a military genius, but as a symbol of terror. To his enemies, he was a monster. To his people, he was a defender of the realm. Vlad the Impaler was never a vampire. He didn't drink blood or transform into bats, but his cruelty, charisma, and command were real enough to echo through history. Centuries later, his legend inspired Bram Stoker's Dracula, forever intertwining Vlad's legacy with the world of the undead. But if there's one thing we should remember, it's this: The real Dracula didn't need fangs. His weapon was fear. And in a world of war, betrayal, and empire, he wielded it better than anyone. So, was Vlad a villain or a hero? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know which historical figure we should uncover next. Like, subscribe, and join us as we reveal the untold truths behind history's most infamous names.